have you seen this boy? Because if you had, I bet you wouldn't guess that he is a rapist.
Dun dun dun!
Thank you. This man, or really boy, as you can see by his boyish figures, was a rapist.
Yeah. Well, he's not.
Many years ago. When he was in 5th grade, there was this girl who lived down the hall. He kind of liked, but she was like in 5th grade. And so one day when their parents were gone, he invited her over to his house. And they watched the whole 9 yards.
Dun dun dun!
And when they got to the yoo-hoo, he says to her, we should try that. She says no. He says, come on. And, well, it doesn't actually happen, but he tries. And so she feels like she's been raped for the rest of her life. How sad.
Very sad!
Thank you. I agree. So, yeah, thank you. Please,
Aww.
Poor little girl. Now, this is my best friend. Oh, she's so cute. And, well, you see, she fell in love with Rico Suave. Yes, she did. Him and his smooth moves and weird and sexy hairstyle that he's got there. So, you know, they get closer and she trusts him. And they go out for a bit and oh, how sweet love. And then he gets tired of her because her boobs are too small, and so he says, we're over. You really actually don't have no reason to live because you have no boobs. And she was so sad she tried to kill herself. And I had to save her. And now, here is the pinnacle of his douchebaggery. More bad than his badness of raping someone at age 10. He comes to my house and says, all the while I was dating your best friend, I was thinking about you, how it would feel to kiss you. We should go out. So I kneed him in the balls and kicked him off my property. Because that's how we do it in Texas.
You know it.
Agree with me, ladies?
Yeah.
No.
No, thank you.
Well, you can go away.
Represent Texas.
So, he's kind of pissed. Yeah. And then, you know, after that, a couple weeks later, I found out about how he was a rapist. Who would know with a face like that? Nope, don't. Do not touch the buttons. So, you know, she gets back on her feet and she says, you know, he was a douche, so I don't really care about him. You know, I am over him. And then he comes back and says, you know, I really do like you. I was just being a fool. Because he was a fool. And she goes, I take you back because my friend is a hopeless romantic and really, really sex. So, they got together and he asked her to have sex. And she said no because I told her to say no or else I would kick her butt. So she said no. And he got mad, and so he dumped her again. And so he dumped her again. And he said, you are a stupid person. That's what I think he said, stupid bitch, but I'm trying to be clean. So he said, you stupid person, you have no reason to live. And so she tries to kill herself again, and I had to save her life with red licorice.
I thought you said red lipstick.
No, red licorice. Like 3 yards of the stuff that she ate before she finally felt better. But it was alright, because she got better. And when she went back to Florida so that she could forget Mr. Douchebag. Well, okay, I really shouldn't call him Douchebag, because the other guy's going to have the nickname. So, he's... Not yet. This is Retardo. Or Rico Suave, or Bastard Guy.
Rapist.
Or rapist. Rapist is just good too. So she's going to Florida to forget the rapist. Because he's a rapist. And
So much use of the word rapist.
when she's going down the old street where her house used to be, she meets her old neighbor, Mr. Sweet Cheeks himself, all grown up on the football team. Very nice, right? And so they fall into a quick, hopeless romance that is very similar to the Twilight novel, which is actually very sad. Probably means it won't last, but that's alright, because I support this one, because even though he's a douchebag, he's not a rapist, so he's a decent douchebag.
A double D!
So this is Double D, the... You're gonna interrupt me? You go join the audience. Go join the audience. Okay. I'm wasting time. So, this is the decent douchebag Double D. Now, they fall in love, and she's happy because he's not a rapist. And while she's gone, I'm trying to deal with the rapist because I don't like him, and so I'm trying to get rid of him and get him out of Texas. I am not successful in killing him. Too many police, too many friends following him around. Very complicated.
No gun license either. 21.
I have that's not important, okay? Okay. We're done with that conversation. I'm not illegal. I'm not doing anything illegal. I don't know what you mean. So my friend and Danny, they're so nice, but then she has to come back to Texas, and so he's all left alone. But he's all right with that because they can sext, which, if you don't know that term, it's like something you should look up on the internet, so I don't have to tell you.
Don't Google image it.
Do not Google image that word at all. Bad idea.
Hey, baby. You can't, baby. What?
Okay. Okay. Where did I go from here?
You are.
She comes
Yeah, she comes
back.
back. She's coming back.
Yes.
Texas.
Long
goes-
distance relationship. Hard.
Oh, that's right. She comes back to Texas and she's like, I'm so in love with him. It's like Edward, I could never cheat on him because I could not possibly love anyone else.
Oh.
Ruining everything again. She's, hopeless romantic sex addict herself, so she goes running off with some other guy that I don't have a picture for. And, she almost goes whoopsie with him, but, then, when she feels bad about it, so she breaks it off. And so she goes onto MySpace to apologize and ask for forgiveness from the new decent douchebag, to find that his MySpace page, his layout says, in Japanese, I love, and then in English, Ariel, who just happened to be her old best friend when she lived in Florida. Her neighbor. His neighbor. Yeah.
Very dumb boy.
Very dumb. He's like, I'll get away with it because it's in Japanese. She'll never know that it says I love Ariel. Except for the fact that it says Ariel and a big heart around it and...
He's just dumb.
Douchebag. But he's more decent than the rapist.
Which is why he's
So.
Double D.
Which is why he's a Double D. Decent. And so they're trying, so I get them back together. Oh, wait. Dude. Wrong face! I get them back together. The rapist does not get anyone at the end of the story. I promise. One of those type of couplings here. So, they get together. And they are happy. Eventually. What? Oh no! The tape. Okay, alright. So, I make them fix their differences and they're back together. But, in her emotional turmoil about being cheated on while she was being cheated on while she was cheating on him, which, ooh, big surprise. Oh, I could never survive. Decent douchebag is forgotten and replaced with rapist, who's like, we can just be friends. We were good friends before. Do you remember those days when we were good friends? Yeah, before you were a douchebag. And, well, no, that's what I said. She doesn't.